Journalism can be traced back to ancient Greece in 59 BCE, and since then it has grown and evolved into the multi-platform medium we see today. However, throughout this evolution, it has been noted that the quality of the content being produced has decreased, and has slowly changed into a medium often written, performed, and produced by a single person. The constantly changing and evolving technologies have made a large impact on journalism, and this, combined with constant concern for the economy, have created a high demand for multi-skilled journalists who can perform a large number of tasks. This cost-cutting technique, despite creating an arguably more convenient workflow, can also be described as compromising the overall quality of the final production. With constant pressure from other media platforms and the public to produce and cover information at a much faster pace, some media and news programs have become less of a television quality production and more of a simple, fast-produced means to spread information.
The value of journalism relies on being able to inform audience members about important events in an accurate way. Audiences are now saturated with a diverse range of information through innovation in technology and media access. The Internet has expanded from 1969 to what it is today, a network with 2.9 billion users. Of these users, 1.44 billion are active users on Facebook, and 2.36 million are active on Twitter. Social media is a source of news and information. There is evidence for both Facebook and Twitter embracing the role as a source of news and a media publication platform. Facebook announced in 2013 that it is going to display articles from media organizations such as the New York Times, National Geographic, and BuzzFeed directly to the newsfeed. While Chris Cox, the Facebook Chief Product Officer, states, "We don't want to try and devour and suck in the Internet. Facebook would still have the ability to control content published."
The pressure to rapidly produce content is predominantly due to the changing technology and the development of the Internet, which has enabled news programs to create websites, social media accounts, and apps for smartphones, tablets, and other devices. Throughout media's history, the need for journalism and quality content has continued. However, the changes in technology has shifted the focus and also created an era of citizen journalism. Stephen T. Watson of the Buffalo News even states that whether it's a politician's gaffe or a terrorist attack, amateur photos and videos are often the first reliable images transmitted from a news or event. And this can be seen across all news programs, particularly on television and video sharing websites such as YouTube, where visuals are necessary, but also on covers of newspapers, throughout individuals' blogs and websites, and on many other sources. This ongoing change in technology has not only created an era of citizen journalism, but has also altered the way journalism is presented completely. Taking an example from today, a popular American morning news and talk show, it can be seen how this one news program is now across many platforms. Although predominantly relying on their television show, they also have various social media accounts, including not only their website, but a Facebook page, a Twitter account, an Instagram page, and even an app. This change in journalism practices has also seen a shift in how we read news stories. Although newspapers are still continuing to be made and printed, there has been a significant decrease in overall sales. However, this, combined with changes in technology, has led to a new way in which we can look at newspapers. Using the case of a well-known Australian newspaper, the Courier Mail, whom of course have a printed newspaper, also have not only a website, Facebook page, Twitter account, and app, but you can also view the newspaper online exactly as it has been printed.
Journalism is also innovating through the use of Twitter. Regular updates through live tweets are immediately viewed by the public. Sam Dower, an American journalist, live tweeted in Syria during the dispute over chemical weapons. #Syria was used to track the latest news coverage on the event. During Barack Obama's speech, #Syria reached 12,000 tweets per minute. Twitter is also used as a tool to find images, links to articles, quotes, photos, conversations with followers, and access to user-generated content.
I'm here to talk to you about a new way of doing journalism. Some people call this citizen journalism, other people call it collaborative journalism, but really it kind of means this. For the journalist, people like me, it means accepting that you can't know everything and allowing other people through technology to be your eyes and your ears. And for people like you, for other members of the public, it can mean not just being the passive consumers of news, but also co-producing news. And I believe this can be a really empowering process. It can enable ordinary people to hold powerful organisations to account. So I'm going to explain this to you today with two cases, two stories that I've investigated, and they both involve controversial deaths. And in both cases, the authorities put out an official version of events which was somewhat misleading. We were able to tell an alternative truth, utilising new technology, utilising social media, particularly Twitter. Essentially what I'm talking about here is, as I said, citizen journalism.
With such an increase in the ability to access news and events, this change in journalism, despite continuing the practice of journalism itself, has shifted the focus to online mediums. Although this is generally considered a good thing in regards to maintaining popular culture and social expectations, it does leave a question in regards to the quality of the content being produced. As all online information is delivered to audiences instantly, it becomes a constant race to produce material the fastest, which leaves some audiences wondering how this has affected the overall quality of the content that we are presented.
With so many active users, it is difficult to regulate the content being published. There can be a lot of inaccurate information, but there can also be a lot of well-researched, accurate journalism. The question is what the audience perceives as good information. One way to measure audience reception is to moderate readership through ratings, likes, shares, and so on. However, this is not a reflection of how accurate the information is, just how entertaining it was for the readers. This raises concerns as to the quality of journalism in response to this changing digital news environment. However, the journalist's representation may lead to less trust in the media if information is oversimplified, omitted, or if their views are misrepresented. Carol, a 64-year-old engineer and media user, says, "If a story seems to have it wrong in the instances where in fact I am well qualified to judge its merits, the journalist is likely to have it wrong in other instances as well." With information displayed to such a wide audience, or with access to the diversity of the internet, journalists must employ ethical standards when developing their content. A journalist's story will be valuable to audiences if it is factually accurate and complete, with a sense of expertise on the subject matter. It should also show concern and empathy for the community, inspired writing, a separation from opinion, and a sense of intellectual curiosity. The ethics of journalism are essential when viewing or making content. These must be taken into consideration to preserve the quality of journalism.